Hey guys, and we're live for the second time tonight. I've just had a disastrous event in LiveStream. I was chatting away and I hadn't turned the microphone on properly on one of the screens. So anyway, tonight we're going to cover it's a show I've been meaning to do for the longest time. It's about radio. I'm a radio ham. I have been for about 5 years, 6 years. And I've actually trained people to get their ham radio license. So I'm only an intermediate. I'm not the top level, but I'm not the bottom level. I'm kind of in the middle, which opens up most of the things you can do with ham radio. I have a radio here. It used to be always on. Now it's on occasionally. So let me just pop you across onto, let's show you the radio. That's the radio itself. It's a Yaesu Ft-991. It's actually quite a modern radio. It's about a year and a bit old. Now these things aren't cheap. I mean, that thing cost me 1,200 quid. But it does cover all of the bands. Let's go on to that one. So it covers all the bands. And it's a reasonably good radio. What you'll see in a sec, we're going to talk about repeaters. So a repeater, as you can see, this top band here is the receive frequency. And this bottom here is the transmit frequency. So when I key the microphone, what's going to happen is that is going to switch so that we transmit on the transmit frequency and we receive on the receive frequency, obviously. That talks to a radio down the road. It's actually on a 200-foot tower and it receives on the input frequency and then transmits simultaneously on the output frequency. What that means is that I can use a handheld radio from here and talk into this repeater and talk to people basically from the M6, M1 junction right down to sort of Luton, just south of Luton, and it covers everything in that area. So what we'll do is we'll put a shout out through the repeater and you should hopefully be able to hear it. Let me see if I don't think I've actually added it to this. Let me just add the audio source quickly. Sorry, live TV, as always. There's always a cock up. Audio input capture, and it's the Yaesu ad. So, right. Let's put a shout out and see if there's anybody about. 2E0YLP, listening through GB3NP for any calls. So what you're going to hear now is you're going to hear that... if I take that off, turn that up a little.
This repeater is GB3NP.
Okay, so there's nobody about. Hopefully that was clear. I don't know if there was some noise on there or not, but hopefully it was clear for you. Doesn't look like there's anybody on that repeater, but that's the general theory of it at all. The repeater's the automatic voice that comes back to us and lets us know that it's still working, basically. Right, so let's go on. We're going to do something else, which is a digital mode. So what we're going to do is we've got the radio connected to the computer and we're going to encode some information into audio, which will then be sent out through the radio. Now this time it's just going to go direct to a wire antenna in the garden. There's nothing flash about it. It's, for those that are interested, it's shaped in a V and each side is about 20 foot long, something like that. And it's just connected straight to the back of the radio. So we're gonna switch across to JT65, which is a bit of software. Let me show you the software. Boom, there it is. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to tell this that we want to use it and we want to use it on 7 megahertz. So that's now, you'd see the radio has switched across automatically just by changing that in software. And so on this, so this is the band activity. This is what's going on, and this is what's happening on our receive frequency directly. As you can see, I've put out a few calls here. So the way this works is this noise is the digital information that's been encoded, and the computer software sits and listens to that and it decodes this information from that noise. So what we're going to do, we've got this CQ call, which is basically I seek you. It's like a general call, is anybody there? So we're going to hit that, and we're going to tell the radio, we're going to just put the tuner on the radio, otherwise it will blow the output up. Beep. There it is. Little red note comes up on the screen just there to say that the tuner's engaged. What that does is it matches the antenna to the radio so that you don't get what's called standing waves in the cable that are going to reflect back into the transmitter and damage the electronics in the transmitter. So now that's safe, we're going to enable this transmit, which is this button here. So we just click that. Now what you're going to see is up here in a sec, this little green light is going to turn red, and that means that the radio is now transmitting. So it takes it 15 seconds to transmit one little message, that text CQ 2E0YLP, which is my call sign. That's unique to me in the whole world. And the I092 is actually my locator code here in Northamptonshire. So that's now sent that message out to the world. And what we're going to do now is we're going to wait for the next 15 seconds, and then hopefully we'll have somebody reply to us. And we haven't, so the radio is going to go back and retransmit that again. So we'll do that again. We'll wait for the next lot of replies to come in. And if there's nothing else, we'll go to the map and have a look to see where we've got to. So we're just waiting for the next 15 seconds for that to come in. You can see the little status bar here. This is what determines that time. The clock on the PC has to be extremely accurate. In fact, we set it with an atomic clock to make sure that it's spot on. So again, nothing received. We would see that it would come up here in red if there was anything received, which there isn't. So we'll just try once more. So we're just waiting now. The radio's back into receive. In fact, I'm going to disable transmit for the time being. Sorry about the noise. You can hear the power supply fans kicked up. These radios draw an incredible amount of power. So, okay, still nothing. So what we'll do, we will now look on the internet, which I've got just here. So this is a map. And this is on the internet. You can look at it yourself. So the website for those that are interested is PSK Papa Sierra Kilo reporter.info / PSK Papa Sierra Kilo map map.html. That will take you to this page. And on this page, you can put in a call sign. So I want to look on, I just transmitted on 40 meters, which is 7 megahertz. The wavelength of that radio wave is 40 meters long, give or take a little bit. Show signals sent by the call sign, and this is where I put my call sign in. So 2E0YLP. I want to look at it using the FT8 was the one that we've just sent. So we'll look at FT8, and we want to look in the last, let's say 30 minutes. Now I did put a call out before we come on the air. So let's click that. So there we go. So that shows you where we got to. In fact, let's just restrict that a little bit more in the last 15 minutes and go. So this is where that call went. We'll just zoom in a little bit. So we've top of Italy, we've got a call in there, and you can see from 2E0YLP. It was received by that station. By Jove. It was received by that station there at that location on that frequency. And that was the signal report there, see minus 24 dB. And it tells you a distance of 1,452 kilometers. So that's not too bad. We got quite a few in Poland. We've got up into Finland, Helsinki by the looks of it, Stockholm. I did see earlier on that we've got one there into the north coast of America. So that's 3,590 miles. Now that is quite impressive because I've restricted the radio to just 5 watts. I can transmit 50 watts, but it tends to knock out the broadband connection that I stream on. So I've had to restrict it for this. But that's not bad. 3,000 miles, 5 watts. Okay, so what's 5 watts? Let's just come across to that one. So actually, let's go on to that one so you can still see the radio. 5 watts. So your average mobile phone puts out about half a watt. So it's, 10 phones worth of radio power going out of that antenna. in the garden, and that's got me 3,590 miles. Well, that's not bad going, is it? You can do FT8 on all sorts of things, but it's just a bit of fun, really. Anyway, guys, I thought... There it goes. Off it goes. I thought you might just be interested to see that. If there's anything else you want to see with radio, give me a shout. In fact, let me just switch back to the... Let's go back to that. No, actually, let's go to that one. Let me just turn this monitor off. See if we've got the... Have we got the Yaesu enabled on here? No. So we'll just whack the Yaesu audio on there. Audio input capture, add source, Yaesu. Booyakasha. Right. So let's just switch across onto the repeaters. Let's turn that off. We're just going to whiz through the repeaters here and just see. So we've got GB3MP, that's based in Toaster. We've got GB3MK, which is Milton Keynes. Got GB3NH, which is one of the ones in Northampton. GB3XX, which is Daventry. That's quite an interesting one, actually, because Daventry has what's called Fusion. So that's a digital mode you can use through a repeater. And the repeater is connected to the internet, so it opens up the whole world. So that one's Corby, GB3CO. GB3BL is no longer in existence. GB3TU is Tring, so we can get into Tring. AV, I can't remember where AV is. I think that's Aylesbury. Coventry, all sorts going on. Nobody active though. That's rather disappointing. Anyway, guys, quick overview of radio. I thought you might enjoy it, so I hope you did. If you did, like and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see with radio. Sorry, it's that side. Like and subscribe. There we go. Let me know what you want to see with the radio, and we'll see if we can do it. We do quite experienced. I've do a lot of talking and on both HF and VHF for those that are interested. Oh, there's the repeater kicking up. And yeah, we'll do it. We'll see if we can do it. Do a lot of slow scan TV as well. So if that's something you want to see, then we'll send a few slow scan pictures and see where that takes us. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget, I'll get the hang of this one day. Like and subscribe, and yeah, let me know if there's anything you want to see. Take care, guys. Thank you for watching. Have the best evening you can.